I've got a great idea. Come on, let's get started.
Look around, find your inspiration. Take that step, use your imagination. You don't need to go direct, the road may not lead where you expect. Cause it's the trip, it's not the destination. Make magic, take the stage. Roll the camera, turn the page. Take a chance and do the dance. Our story starts with a beat in the heart. Find your own voice, it's what sets you apart. Our story starts with a beat in the heart.
Oh, hello, it's you. I'm Tomie DePaola. Want to tell some stories? Come on inside. I was expecting my friend Tony Johnston. She's supposed to drop by later. Looks like it's just us until Tony shows up. Gabe is over at his cousin Ed's for the day. They're practicing for a big tap dance contest they're going to enter.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Gabe, what are you doing?
It's called a time step, Tommy.
No, I mean, what are you doing here? I thought you were at your cousin's practicing for the dance contest.
Oh, Cousin Ed kept stepping on my toes.
I know it's not always easy working with someone else, Gabe, but it can be rewarding.
Or painful.
Oh, why don't you give Ed another chance? He's probably trying his hardest.
You think so?
Sure. And I bet there's something Ed can teach you, too.
Well, for a squirrel with 2 left paws, he can really do that shuffle step.
That's what working together is all about.
All right, I'll give him a call. But get prepared with plenty of ice packs, because when he steps hard.
When you work with other people, it's called collaboration. You can collaborate on dancing, writing, drawing, or almost anything. When 2 or more people work together, they can create something quite special.
But sometimes 2 people don't want to work together at all.
Hello, Stregonona. By any chance would those 2 people be Big Anthony and Bambolona?
Who else? But I believe that if you give people a good reason, anyone can work together. I will explain. It all started on a Tuesday, which in our home is laundry day.
Why? Did you wash your clothes in the rinsing barrel?
How was I supposed to know this was the rinsing barrel?
It is also the day that Big Anthony and Bambolona argue about the laundry.
How many times have I told you, this is the washing barrel, that is the rinsing barrel?
I don't know. How many times have you told me?
You should pick a different day to do laundry. Tuesday isn't big enough for the 2 of us.
Why don't you pick a different...
I had told them that they should do their laundry together. But Bambolona and Big Anthony said they could never work with each other. And I was beginning to think they were right.
No, I'm gonna show her.
No, I am gonna show her.
I am gonna show her.
I am gonna...
Show me what?
The new blanket.
Lovely, isn't it?
My half is better.
My half is better.
I could see that I had to do something, and I had to do it soon. So, the next day, I'm going to the market.
No, wait, you can't leave. You always make pan dolce cake on Wednesday.
Ah, see, I knew you'd want pan dolce, so I copied down my recipe twice since you can't work together. Now, you can both make your very own pan dolce. Ciao! I knew it would be the best for them to work together. But that was something Bambolona and Big Anthony would have to figure out on their own.
My pan dolce turned out nice and firm and crisp. So chewy.
And mine looks, wet. I mean, moist. Good sip or bite.
Your cake looks different than mine. Hey, let me see your recipe. ingredients?
Flour, sugar, cinnamon, pine nuts. You got all the dry ingredients.
You don't like your cake either, huh?
It's not really cake, it's muck. What should we do?
Well, we could work together.
Never ever.
Well, then I guess there's no pan dolce.
Well, maybe just this once.
Okay, let's try.
Working together was easy. Once Bambola and Big Anthony discovered I had given each of them only half of the recipe. Oh, this pan dolce is so delicious.
Don't my dry ingredients taste delicious?
Oh,
I
yeah.
sifted them 3 times. They make all the difference.
Can you taste my wet ingredients? They make everything stick together.
Ah, see.
Dry.
Wet.
Dry.
They may not have been ready to do laundry together, but at least they could bake together.
Dry.
Wet.
Dry.
Wet.
And of course, argue together.
Dry.
Ciao, Tommy.
Ciao, Streganona. If Big Anthony and Bambolona can work together, I bet that Gabe and his cousin can too. Collaborating is a great way to share the fun and hard work of any job. Now, here's a job for you. Let's see what this scene inspires. Every picture tells a story. What story do you see? This is the friend I was telling you about, Tony Johnston. Hello, Tony, it's so good to see you.
It's great to see you.
Tony writes children's books. We're talking about collaboration today, so I'm glad you're here.
You and I know all about collaboration.
Uh-huh.
We've worked on several books that I wrote and you illustrated.
In fact, I have one of our favorite collaborations right here, Alice Nizzy Nazzy, The Witch of Santa Fe.
It's always exciting to get back your illustrations. For instance, I pictured Alice differently while I was writing the book, but I love what you came up with.
Alice was harder for me to draw than the little girl Manuela. Manuela wasn't described, so I could do whatever I wanted. But you wrote a lengthy description of what Alice looked like, and I had to make sure my drawing matched it.
Alice is a character I truly identify with, so I was very specific about the way I described her. I gave her a withered face with a skin as yellow as a squash. Her eyes were beady and red with black teeth and a string of chilies for hair.
Oh, real beauty, huh? I did okay until I got to this part of the description. Draped over her shoulder was a huge horned lizard.
When I got the illustration, I noticed that it was an iguana instead of a horned lizard around Alice's neck. I felt strongly about it being a horned lizard because they're an endangered species.
And here's a sketch that I did of the horned lizard. And here is my final Alice Nizzy Nazzy design.
I think collaboration works best if you don't give too many guidelines and let the other person be as creative as he can be. I like you to have a lot of flexibility.
That's Gabe. I like him to have a lot of flexibility. Anyway, as I was saying, Tony doesn't tell me what to draw, and I never ask Tony to change any of her words. Collaboration is all about trust.
It certainly works for us.
It sure does. Thanks for visiting, Tony.
Thank you, Tommy.
Now, let's meet two people who have been collaborating for so long, they can't even remember what it was like to work alone. Today's guest storytellers, Stephen Holman and Josephine Huang.
Okay. Hi, Tommy.
Hi, Tommy.
I'm Stephen Holman,
And I'm Josephine Huang.
and we are stop-motion animators.
We make cartoons, but we don't make cartoons like you see normally with drawings. We make cartoons with puppets. They're basically just like dolls, but these are made to animate, which means that there are little armatures, little skeletons inside them that help them move.
Between me and Josephine, we cover pretty much every aspect of what it takes to make an animation show, and there's lots of different skills you have to learn. I start usually off by doing just drawings and sketches of the characters, the main characters in the animation, just little designs. Then I start thinking about the ideas of the storylines and what these characters are going to do, and we work together until we've got a full storyline. The Pigeon and the Onion Pie is a story of a pigeon who really wants to fly, but he can't fly, he hasn't got the courage anymore. And it's all about him finding the inspiration to fly.
When he meets this funny-looking pie that can talk.
Yeah, it's about finding inspiration in the strangest of places. It started off as a comic book. It was the first thing I did, a little short comic book. Then I decided it'd be really great if I made it into a little theatre piece. This is a picture of the pigeon as he first appeared, when he was in a theatre piece. And that's me dressed up as the pigeon. Me and Josephine decided it would make a really great cartoon.
And once we figured that out, then we'd make a storyboard, which is basically a guide similar to a comic book, where we do a series of drawings that show us what the shots are going to be. And then I basically try to figure out how to bring these characters to life. So this gives you an idea of what the puppets look like in a set, and I can show you how I would animate. Basically take a picture of this, and then I would go in, and if I wanted the pigeon to gesture at the pie, I'd go in and move his arm, take another picture, and I just keep going until I get the position that I want.
Making an animation is a very collaborative process. At the beginning, me and Josephine do most of the work in the process, and I think why we work together so well, a lot of it is because we have the same sense of humour. It's like if I come up with a joke.
Stephen will tell it to me, and if I laugh, then we'll agree that it's okay.
Yeah, it's going to be okay, because we trust each other, and I think trust is a very important part of the collaboration. So the Pigeon and the Onion Pie is about 3.5 minutes long, but it took about 6 weeks to make.
There are people that need to build the puppets, and then there are people that write music,
Yeah.
and all those people come together to make a cartoon.
So if you want to make a stop-motion show just like ours, all you have to do, if you've got an idea, write it down, then go and find some friends who want to help you make it.
And then you can make some puppets by just using clay, or even with some toys or dolls that you have at home. And then grab your parents' video camera and start shooting away.
And just move those puppets or dolls just little bits, bit by bit, just like we do. You can do it just like us. And have fun.
Go and have fun.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll see you
around.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Stephen and Josephine. They make it look so easy to work together, don't they? Hi, Gabe. Did you call your cousin Ed?
Yeah, but he already found a new dance partner. Boy, he didn't waste any time.
Oh, that's too bad. But I'm sure you'll find somebody else.
I'm still not sure I want to work with anybody.
Well, collaborating can be fun, Gabe. Let me show you what I mean. We'll play a little collaboration game called the add-on story.
How do I do that?
The first thing we do is decide who or what you want the story to be about.
Oh, okay. It's a story about an octopus.
Great! Now, one person says the first sentence, then the next person adds on another sentence.
Ooh.
Just keep going back and forth until you have an entire story.
Okay.
I'll start.
Good.
One day, an octopus named Larry went to the movies.
Ooh. He ordered 8 bags of popcorn, drank 8 sodas, and sat across 8 seats.
And when the movie was over, he gave it 8 thumbs up.
Which is kind of tough because, as everyone knows, octopi don't have thumbs. The end.
Great story, Gabe. And we did it together.
Yeah. Just you and me and the octopus. Gee, I wonder if Larry Octopus can dance.
The add-on story. You don't even need 8 arms to try it. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
Wasn't that fun?
I could try it. I got
You go first.
So you don't have a number for anyone named Larry Octopus?
Gabe is still looking for a new dance partner. While he does that, let's check out some stories from you.
If he's not listed under octopus, try looking underwater.
Everyone has stories to tell, and their own way to tell them. It's about sharing what's in your heart and letting the world know, this is my story.
We wanted to capture the beauty of a caterpillar making a transformation into a butterfly. It's probably something you don't see, outside the cocoon.
We just use different colors, like bright colors like orange and yellow, and we mix the brown with green.
And it was her idea to swirl it around like that to get that effect of the actual caterpillar. I guess you could look at this as being small children growing up and it's blossoming into a beautiful butterfly.
Those were really inspired stories you came up with. Weren't they, Gabe? Gabe? You must be out looking for a new dance partner.
Sorry, Gabe. I'm no tap dancer. But when a fox chases me, I can do the foxtrot.
I don't dance, I waddle.
Yeah, well, I can't even do the bunny hop. You might say I'm hopless. Get it? Hopless, hopeless with the... Never mind.
Anyway, Tommy says working together is a great way to be creative. He calls it collaboration. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, when we make music together, it's all about collaboration.
Allow us to elucidate in a euphonious format. Yeah. What'd he say? In other words, hit it! Keep on telling stories!
Let's do it!
Woo! All together now. All alone, your imagination's on the prowl. For an inspiration, what you need, cooperation, work together, collaboration. Come together now. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
I got more. Working hard. Shoot. No exaggeration. Gotta have. Shoot. Good communication when you share. Shoot. Your appreciation. Together, what a great sensation. La 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 la.
La 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 la.
Tell me a story. Paint a scene.
Put it on a screen.
Tell me a story. There's a joke or a poem in every home. Gotta keep on telling stories. Tell me a story. Tell me a story.
I'd say that we collaborate pretty well.
I agree. It's what being a band is all about.
Playing in harmony.
Marching together to a different drummer.
And staying in tune, even when someone's playing off key.
Not that any of us would ever play off key.
No.
Never happen. Shall we proceed with a tunage?
Yeah, Wade. Woo! Tell me a story.
You can reach your dream.
If you do it as a team.
Yeah.
Tell me a story. Every song you sing, gotta make it your thing. Gotta keep on telling stories. You know you won't be sorry if you keep on telling stories. Keep on!
So, how's your search for a new dance partner going?
Not so good. And dancing by myself isn't much fun. I wish I hadn't been so hard on Ed.
Oh, I'm sure you'll find someone, Gabe. It's good to work with other people. There are some things we just can't do alone.
Yeah, like synchronized tap dancing.
Or building a house.
Oh.
That's hard to do alone. You'd be amazed at all the people it took to build our house at 26 Fairmount Avenue. Originally, my father had hired a man to build our new house. But Mom and Dad wanted the house to be built a certain way, and the builder didn't listen to them. I'm paying for it, Dad said. So he fired the builder. All winter, 26 Fairmount Avenue sat there without any work being done. Then one day in the spring, my dad came in and said, "Guess what? Johnny Papalo, Tony Nessie, and a few of my friends are going to help us finish the house. Hooray! I might get to live in our house after all." But even with all his friends helping, Dad couldn't get to work on the house yet. You see, the city decided Fairmount Avenue would be a real street with telephone poles and street lights. So they sent machines to scrape away lots of dirt, which made the street lower. Suddenly, our house, which had been on a small hill, was way up in the air. How were they going to work on the house if they couldn't get to it? Well, my father and his friends were really smart men. They got boards and wooden planks and made a long walkway up to the house. And soon they were able to start working again. They worked together very hard and got the roof on, which was very lucky because a few nights later, it began to rain and rain. The next afternoon, we went over to Fairmount Avenue. The street looked like a huge river. We looked up towards 26 Fairmount Avenue. I hope the inside of the house is all right, Mom said. I suggested that we could take our shoes off and go see. But Mom didn't think it was such a good idea. I was disappointed. I thought it'd be fun to squish through all that muddy water. It kept on raining. Even with help from all his friends, my dad couldn't do anything about the rain. But that's when I remembered what my Aunt Nell had told me about guardian angels. She said that if you wanted something really important, you could ask your guardian angel. I figured that was the kind of help my dad and his friends needed. So I asked my guardian angel for a little extra help, and sure enough, it worked. The rain stopped, and before long, my father and his friends were all back at work on our new home at 26 Fairmount Avenue. See how much you can accomplish when you work with others?
Yeah. Now I really want to find someone to be in the dance competition with me. But who?
How about me? Remember, keep telling stories.
That's great, Tommy. You sure you know the time step?
I was born to time step.
I love collaboration.